Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's do today's mid-morning recap and looking forward video. Let's start off here with the stock index futures. This is the S&P. We've already made this push to the upside. We had this original anchor leg that pulled back that actually hit its targets up here. So we've taken that drawing off, and now we've added a new one, the most recent anchor to what I can go ahead and say that we have established a high here, and now we're actually starting to pull off of that high. So we had to wait for that before we could actually find this anchor. We've found that now, so I'm going to go ahead and draw here. You see from this low down here at the 60s all the way up to the 1960s. So we had a nice little run here in the S&P here. A little disclaimer here, guys, a heads up, we have rollover here this week. So right now we have about, I'm not sure exactly what the volume's at right now, but it's about 2 to 1. There's about, about 400,000 shares in the September contract and about 800,000 so far traded today in the June. So they're starting to roll to the September today. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up there. But anyways, moving forward here, we have this anchor leg, we're pulling back. We have this support that's coming in here around the 1900s here. So we have this big round number here at the 1900s that we could act as support, but there's also a lot of support areas it's got to go through in order to get down to them 1900s. So I'm going to be looking here at the 1920s and the 1910s to see if we can find any type of support whenever we're looking for our intraday price level. So if we come down to like the 1920s and we start to see our intraday support holding, I will look for long opportunities bouncing off the 1920s, and the same way with the 1910s here. But the ultimate support is going to be the 61.8% pullback, this 50 EMA, and this previous swing high. All of them come right in alignment here, very close to that big round number that everybody's been watching for. So right now we're having a nice little pullback. Let's see if we can break through the 1920s. If we get a bounce off the 1920s, I'm going to go ahead and look for long opportunities from there. Let's go over to the Russell. Russell here, guys, has been a very technical market. We finally started to break here. As you've seen in yesterday's video, we didn't have these actual fibs drawn yet because we were still drawing from the lows to this high. We were indecisive. We had the 38 or 23% target here, and we had the 61% target up here. But as you can see, we've obviously pulled back off of that level. So I went ahead and got rid of them, and I went ahead and drew the new ones from the low to highs. We do have this previous swing high here coming in alignment with the 50 period EMA, or I'm sorry, the 50% pullback, and then by that time it'll be the 21 period EMA. So we have 21 EMA, 50% retracement, and previous swing high. All at that same price level here at about the 42s. So we're looking at about in between the 40s to the 42s as support here on the Russell, being that it pulls back that far. If we get a bounce from right here, great. I'm going to look through the upside. Anytime we get a trade above a previous day's price action, I'm going to be looking to the long side on these stock index futures, meaning that like right now we have, this is today's trading range. If tomorrow we trade above today's trading range, I'm going to be long no matter what. But I'm just giving out some examples of some support areas that I'm going to be looking for, that I will look for reversal opportunities to appear at. So any time before now and before we get to these support levels that I'm going over, we break above the previous day's high, I will go ahead and look for the bullish opportunity. Nasdaq, we got the same thing, but we actually took an extension because we've really been over pushed here. Same type of deal. The Dow, same thing we just went over. Exactly the same as what we just did in the S&P and the Russell. We have the previous swing here in alignment with a fib and a moving average. Very good reversal opportunity. We're looking at the Dow possibly bottoming out right now as we speak. So we could be looking for further upside opportunity now on the Dow. The crude, been quite the push here, guys. Crude has now hit its target, low to high. We see we pulled back here really nicely, found this support that we used over and over and over, and it's gotten a bounce. You see we just hit targets today. We're actually struggling right now. What sucked about this was we had a nice pop here pre-market. So we weren't able to take advantage of this big pop to the upside on the crude today, guys, because it happened in the pre-market and I wasn't trading at that time. So crude has had one of them days where it pops in the pre-market and then just chops. And that's what we were afraid of this morning going into today's live trading room. But that's just the nature of it. We had to sit on our hands here. So we'll see if this crude wants to go ahead and pop any higher. If it does, we got final targets up there at the 108s. If it pulls back, just look for it to retest these highs here. Look for it to retest these highs and then continue back to the upside. Let's look at the gold here. Oh, sorry about that. Let me pop over here to the gold here real fast because we were looking at opportunities here on the gold. As you see here, we had this really nice wedge that got really tight on us. Really tight, and then all of a sudden it broke to the downside. Since then, we've drawn fibs. And we are testing this level right now, guys. We have all this support that comes through here. We're testing it. We just need to see this thing start to roll over. When we see it start to roll over, we will look for aggressive nature to the downside, and we will aggressively start shorting this gold. If it doesn't roll over, then I'm going to have to sit on my hands and just wait for something to set up here. But if we start to see gold roll over, we will start to get a little bit aggressive to the downside with the selling. So, any questions about these videos, guys, you can go ahead and email me, adam@directiontrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's recap. Have a good afternoon.